Hello, folks. I'm out on this beautiful Friday. I'm trying to tan, but not get too roasted, as you see. I'm out here running some quick errands. Well, I wanted to do a video today covering controversy around Michael B. Jordan and his supposed J'ouvert Rum that he was going to make. I remember his girlfriend, Lori Harvey, sent out a tweet congratulating her love on his new J'ouvert Rum. And not too many people seem to be happy with the title that Michael B. Jordan chose for the rum. And he caught the attention of the likes, I would say he caught the likes more so of Nicki Minaj, who is of Trinidadian descent, who pretty much, in other words, stated that he was culture appropriating and he needs to change the name. Some people didn't like the name. Some people didn't approve of it. He was even accused of culture appropriating. What? Da 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 da. Michael B. Jordan culture appropriating? Oh no. And, I looked at both sides of it. And I think the whole culture appropriating thing is kind of funny to my idea, because my thing is, culture appropriating is when someone of a different race or something is stealing someone's customs and taking it on as theirs. Look at this dumbass speeding his ass to the parking lot like a fuck, and this close next to me. Anyway, what was I saying? That's when pretty much when when someone of another race is stealing someone's culture and claiming it as theirs. Like, for one, the Kardashians have been considered culture appropriating for years. They mimic black women, they mimic Latina women, they mimic women who are not white, pretty much, and acting like it's a trend, like it's something they created. I think the whole culture appropriating idea is just hilarious to me. And I know Nicki Minaj, being Trinidadian, made her point and stated that he should change the name because, in other words, she was saying it was disrespectful. She has a right to her opinion, but the whole culture appropriating thing coming from Nicki Minaj is laughable, because this is coming from a woman, Nicki Minaj, who walks around with blonde hair. And I know people could be like, well, your hair's red. Yeah, it is. It's red. But see, I'm not accusing someone of culture appropriating. And this is the hypocrisy coming from Nicki Minaj. You call yourself Barbie. You walk around with bright blonde hair. You have this fixation with Marilyn Monroe. Even I think you made a song about her, about Marilyn Monroe at one point. And about, was it a couple years back, were you not calling yourself Chun-Li? Are you Chinese? No, you're not China woman, as they say back home. You're not China woman. So why are you walking around calling yourself Chun-Li when you're not Chinese at all? You're not an Asian. Now, granted, and I'm speaking for someone of partial West Indian descent. My mother is Guyanese. And the islands, Caribbean is a mix, a melting pot of everyone. You have Asians, that could be Chinese, Korean, Japanese. You have your Indians. You have your Pakistanis. You have what they call Dougla. Dougla, somebody that's half Indian, half black. We have a lot of that in Trinidad. You have a lot of that in Guyana. You got Chinese people. The Chinese are everywhere in islands. You have a whole mixing pot of things. And I mean, but for you to sit here and accuse this man of culture appropriating when your whole career, you have been trying to be, and this is no shade to Nicki Minaj, I'm not knocking her, but your whole career you trying to mimic a white woman, and you're going to accuse this guy of culture appropriating. And then my thing is this: he's a black man. And if you look at it this way, even though, yes, our culture is different, Nicki Minaj, black people can say you're not an African American woman. You're trying to culture appropriate African American culture, being a Trinidadian American woman, being a Trinidadian woman. But you're going to say this African American man is culture appropriating? Black people, black American people can say that to you, that you're culture appropriating. You're not from here. You're not American. You're not an African American. Why are you culture appropriating? Now, my mother says, and a lot of, I guess, I've heard this from a lot of foreigners, they'll say, well, black Americans don't have a culture. And I mean, if you want to be technical, we don't have one set culture, because black Americans were brought, they brought from West Africa, whether you came from the Gambia, whether you came from Ghana, whether you came from Nigeria, whether you came from Ivory Coast, Senegal, wherever, we were brought here. So with that being said, our traditions with generations, with the slaves, and then generation after generation passing out, all those old traditions that were brought from the motherland kind of died out with us. I mean, if you want to be technical, what is the Harlem Renaissance? Harlem Renaissance is part of our culture. We have a lot in our culture, but I guess if you want to say we don't have something, I mean, Juneteenth, I'm not even going to say we don't. Juneteenth is a part of black American culture. That is black American history right there. Even though it was celebrated more so in Texas, it became a national holiday as of last week. So, Juneteenth is a culture. People can be telling Nicki Minaj, black American people could be telling you, you're not an African American. Why are you trying to be like us? Why are you trying to copy us? And my thing is with Michael B. Jordan. J'ouvert does seem like a catchy name for rum, because a lot of Caribbeans love rum. That's what it is. I was addicted to a child to that black cake. It's rum cake. It's a cake black as can be, but it's pure rum. That's our version. That's the Caribbean version of a fruit cake. But yeah. But the thing is with it, my question is with Michael B. Jordan is, if you're gonna pick out a name like that, you should definitely do research and know the history of what J'ouvert is. J'ouvert is celebrated mainly, it's a carnival. It's celebrated mainly in Trinidad and Grenada and other countries, and other Caribbean countries. Guyana got their own, it's called Bacchanal. Jamaica, Carnival. It's everything. So pretty much what J'ouvert means, J'ouvert is French for daybreak or dawn. That's what it means. And what it was, in 1783, when Trinidad was a part of the French, when the French colonized Trinidad at the time, the Africans, or the slaves, created J'ouvert because they were not allowed to go to their slave owners' masquerade balls. They weren't allowed. They weren't permitted. So J'ouvert, they started as a mockery of their slave owners, where they'll put on colorful paint, and they will celebrate. They'll celebrate, dance, have fun. That's their own celebration, because they were excluded from going to masquerade balls. And also too, it celebrated also well their emancipation. Eventually, their eventual emancipation. So that's what it is. And that's what a lot of Trinidadians celebrate. And a lot of people in the islands celebrate. Me personally, do I find it offensive? No. If you look at it this way, African Americans, Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Latinos, we're all connected. We're all connected in a way. We're all cultured. We're all the same culture. Our food, we call it something different, but it's like the same. I could understand someone like the Kardashians, you getting mad at them for that. You can get mad at the Kardashians for doing some crap like that, because what the hell do they know about some J'ouvert? What the hell do they know about Caribbean culture? They just want to claim something to make a buck. I don't think that was the issue with Michael B. Jordan. I think he was trying to do the right thing. But unfortunately it did not come out that way, or people did not see it that way. But you're not gonna please everybody. In this life, you're not gonna please everybody. Someone's gonna always find some way to be displeased or complain about something, and you just have to do what's best for you. Anyway, I personally don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's culture appropriating, and I think Nicki Minaj's analysis on that is a bit absurd. But she has a right to her opinion. She is a Trinidadian, and maybe apparently she took. I'm not gonna even say maybe. Apparently she took some offense to it. Some people probably don't care really. It's rum, but Michael B. Jordan seems to me like he's respectable and he doesn't have a problem with changing the name. I hope at the end of the day, he doesn't have to change it if he doesn't want to. But, if he, because he is a respectable person, I hope he does find a new name to replace with that. And it can be a success. I think we need to support more black businesses and stop just picking apart on things. And I know O'Shea Duke Jackson, he didn't agree with the title, not because it's culture appropriating, but because J'ouvert is a reference to slavery. And I guess in his eyes, he felt, O'Shea Duke Jackson, I follow him, interesting, funny guy. He has some interesting commentary. And he said that's pretty much celebrating slavery. That's his opinion. I think, this is the thing with our history. With good, there is bad. And it's all a part of us. It's got us here today. But, I don't feel offended by it. I don't, people say, well, you're not Trinidadian. And no, this is the flag. So this is my family. My mother's side, we're Guyanese. We Bayesian. But most of us are Guyanese. And, my dad's side is from North Carolina. North Carolina country gal. Straight from the South. But anyway, that's just how I feel about it. I think the whole accusing him of culture appropriation by Nicki Minaj is quite laughable, considering all the culture appropriating she does. And where's this energy for the Kardashians and other people that want to copy and do things? Like, if it was the Kardashians, I could understand people going buck wild, because they're notorious for knocking off other people's cultures. And that's the thing. Black folks, you want to gatekeep when it comes to another black person. Where was all this gatekeeping when the Kardashians and other folks were ripping off our damn culture and were copying us? Where is all this gatekeeping with what's his name, Vlad TV? Vlad has made millions. Look at his subscription off of the black culture for years. Where was all that gatekeeping then? But you're going to gatekeep with this man making a rum in reference to Caribbean culture because it's Caribbean rum? My question is it real Caribbean rum? My only concern is it's not the name. It's if that rum is worth damn drinking. Okay? If that rum tastes good, or does it taste like straight up shit? That's my concern. But you want to gatekeep when it comes to other black people. But where was all this gatekeeping with the Kardashians, with all these other folks that wanted to copy and steal our culture? Like, black people, get it together, man. Get it together. Y'all not making no sense. Like Monique says, make it make sense. That don't make sense. Look at the Asians when Kim Kardashian was posing in a kimono. Them Asian people set her straight. They shut that shit down. But you want to shut it down when other black folks are doing things, but you don't want to shut it down to other outside people that want to mimic and copy us? Get it together, folks. Get it together. Okay? Get it together. And I'm gonna need Nicki Minaj to chill with that culture appropriation comment. accusing people of culture appropriation with all the culture appropriating her ass has been doing over the years, trying to be a white woman and then trying to be an Asian woman. Make up your mind. Make up your mind, chick, because I'm confused. And this is no shade. I have nothing against Nicki Minaj or her music or nothing. Some of her music I get with. Some I don't. But anyway, that's just my my thought and view on it. It's whatever. Peace.